Have you ever noticed that the more you talk about your plans, the more things seem to go wrong? It's as if the energy of what you share gets drained away by envy, outside opinions, and even by the system itself. A system that would rather see you stuck in debt than financially free. That's why the real secret isn't shouting your victories to the world, but building in silence. The title of this video says it all. Get rich in silence and let the world find out later. Before we dive in, hit that like button and subscribe, because today I am going to open your eyes to a strategy the wealthy have been using for centuries, a strategy that might be the key to protecting your freedom and growing wealth without attracting enemies. Now imagine this, an investor who brags every day about how much he made, which stocks he bought, where his portfolio is headed. On the outside, he may look successful, but in reality, he's exposing himself to dangers that can destroy everything. Relatives asking for money, fake friends, suddenly appearing scams, and even the government finding new ways to squeeze more taxes out of him. Now picture someone else who builds wealth without ever needing to prove anything to anyone. That second person, even if he has less on paper, has far more power, because nobody knows just how far he's already come. Silence is one of the greatest tools of financial protection. While others are busy showing off financed cars, designer clothes bought on credit, and vacations broken into 12 installments, the one who pretends to live simply is using every single dollar strategically. He doesn't care about looking rich because he knows true wealth doesn't need applause. It needs time, discipline, and strategy. And the result is inevitable. A solid fortune that grows without attracting attention until the day the world finds out, far too late to doubt. Here's the reflection I want to leave you with. Do you prefer to impress people now and live in debt, or do you prefer to be invisible today and impress the world later with real results? Drop your answer in the comments, because in the end, the only opinion that matters is that of your future self. The version of you who will thank you for today's silence and tomorrow's freedom. But let's dig deeper. Why do people talk so much about their plans and achievements? Because we were raised to seek validation. Since childhood, we've been taught we need to show results to be accepted. But in the world of money, that mindset is poison. When you talk too much, you open cracks, you expose weaknesses. You hand out valuable information to people who often don't want your success. Silence, on the other hand, creates mystery, builds protection, and strengthens your position. While others talk, you act. And in the game of wealth, silent action always beats noisy words. Showing off isn't just about ego, it's a trap designed by the system. Advertising, social media, the culture of flexing, all of it was created to keep you spending. The brand new car you didn't really need, the latest iPhone upgrade you bought just for status, the vacation you financed that turned into endless debt. All of this fuels a cycle where you work hard just to sustain an image that has nothing to do with freedom. The truly wealthy understand this. They could buy all of it, but they don't need to. Because the real victory isn't flaunting trophies, it's living in peace, knowing your money works for you. Here's a controversial truth. Most broke people go into debt to look rich, while many wealthy people look poor on purpose, to stay wealthy. The discreet millionaire drives a modest car, wears simple clothes, avoids the spotlight. He knows every saved dollar is a soldier that can fight for him tomorrow. Meanwhile, the person desperate to impress others is always tired, always in debt, always chasing. Silence isn't cowardice, it's strategy. Another point that few talk about is envy. The world hates to see you rise. When you share a win, only a handful truly celebrate it. Most feel uncomfortable, even if they don't say it. That jealous energy can turn into gossip, scams, sabotage. I'm sure you've felt it. You share a good news story and suddenly things start going wrong. That's not a coincidence. It's the weight of the energy and intentions you attracted. Silence protects you from that. Keep it to yourself and you keep your power intact. Now think, how many times have you seen someone flexing on Instagram, vacations, cars, parties, and a few months later they're gone, drowning in debt, selling it all off? Exposure comes with a price. Showing off creates invisible enemies. Silence, meanwhile, builds foundations. From the outside, people may think you're stuck, but behind the scenes, you're planting seeds that will bear fruit. Silence is also a weapon against the government and the financial system. Did you know every move you show becomes data for them to charge you more? Banks want to track your lifestyle to push expensive credit. The government wants to know your income to raise taxes. Companies want to scan your tastes so they can sell you things you don't need. But when you live in silence, you go off their radar. You gain freedom to manage your money without their constant interference. And silence gives you freedom to fail. When you talk too much, you create expectations. And when you fail, everyone judges, everyone criticizes, everyone points fingers. But if you act silently, you can test, learn, pivot without pressure. You have space to grow without the world dissecting every move. That's a privilege only those who understand discretion can enjoy. Here's another shocker. The modern world values looking successful more than actually building success. But real wealth isn't flashy. It's boring, slow, repetitive. It's waking up early, studying, investing, cutting costs, reinvesting, and repeating that for years. That is why most people never get rich. They'd rather chase quick shine than commit to the silent grind. But those who choose silence know every small, repeated step eventually adds up to extraordinary results. Silence also strengthens your mind. When you no longer need to prove anything to anyone, you break invisible chains. You're not dependent on outside validation to feel good. You don't need applause for your achievements. That emotional independence allows you to make smarter choices without pressure. Because at the end of the day, real wealth is freedom. Freedom to choose, to fail, to start over. And none of that is possible when you're chained to proving yourself to the world. Think about this. If tomorrow you suddenly received a huge sum of money, would you tell everyone or keep it to yourself? If your first thought was, I'd tell people, careful, that might be the very reason your finances don't change. The secret to freedom lies in doing the opposite of what the system expects. The system expects you to talk, to show, to flex, because that way they can control you, manipulate you, and keep you in debt. Silence breaks that cycle. So here's my challenge. Live in silence for the next few months. Don't tell people your plans, don't flex your wins, don't show your moves. Work, study, invest, and keep it to yourself. Then after some time, watch what happens. You'll notice your energy grow, your finances improve, your freedom expand. Because while others are busy talking and showing off, you'll be busy building, and by the time the world notices, it'll be too late. You'll already have won. Now tell me in the comments, would you rather look rich today and live enslaved, or be invisible today and live free tomorrow?